No matter what business you're in, the question you face is the same. How can I increase my sales volume and my business success? The answer is simple. With the Lioness Customer Loyalty Program. Better than ever. Comprehensive information at a glance. For online shops and businesses of all sizes. The benefits are immediately apparent. For example, the customer database, statistics, and newsletter. We have what you need to take your business to a whole new level. To sign up for the Lioness Customer Loyalty Program or request a personal consultation. With no risk, let us help you achieve more success.
Hi, everyone. We're going to go and back it up here. And I've got Clara on the line with me, and she's going to end up doing this entire the beginning part of this presentation. And what we're talking about today is a customer loyalty program, which is going to help increase your sales and increase your revenue. This is all done through Cashback Solutions. And a couple of housekeeping rules real quick. Take out a piece of paper and a pen, write down any questions you may have so you can ask the person that recommended you to this webinar, or you can drop them into the comment box there, and I will try to answer them as we move along. Clara, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you perfectly. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Awesome. So I'm going to have Clara. She's going to start us off here, and she's going to get started and tell us how amazing this program is.
Thank you, Stephen. Welcome, everyone, to this introduction to Cashback World, specifically our customer loyalty program that is called Cashback Solutions and really is meant to assist small and medium-sized businesses to drive more sales, which ultimately will drive more revenue. So let's get started. Customer loyalty. You know, many of us already carry various cards in our wallet, and there's a reason why we have these. Retailers are interested in knowing who we are, attracting us to their established place of business more often. And so they issue us a card. In our case with Cashback World, the card holder gets cashback with every purchase and they get additional shopping points. Plus, they'll get offers, special offers in exchange for these shopping points. So, most programs, they might offer you rewards. For example, you go to your favorite yogurt shop, you go 9 times, you get the 10th one for free. If you happen to use a particular, credit card, you might get cash back. But it's not very often. In fact, I think we're the only company that offer cashback and rewards when you shop at one of our retailers. Now, from the loyalty merchant point of view, let's put the merchant hat on. We offer our merchants a customized customer loyalty program. It's all digital. They have the ability not only to entice their existing customers to come one more time, but also to acquire new customers. That's very unique. No other loyalty program does that. You also get a share of purchases when your customers shop somewhere else within our program. That is a real differentiator. I'd say a real disruptor. We also offer a truly efficient and comprehensive advertising platform to our merchants. So let's take a step back and look at the retail environment on the whole. You know, a lot of retailers at the moment are feeling a lot of pressure. We're in the holiday season. We've, somehow managed through Black Friday and Cyber Monday, and retailers are really trying to entice customers to come in and shop um, when everybody else is out shopping. And there's ways to do this. They incite customers through their long-term offers. At the same time, customers have all these options. They can shop online. Um, Retailers are feeling all kinds of cost pressure. Costs go up, but they can't necessarily raise prices every time. And the customer themselves, they're really demanding that the retailer offer them some transparency. They want a view to, where do your products come from? Where is your food that is being sourced? Customers are becoming much more savvy. And so, therefore, all these pressures are on retailers, large and small, that threaten their existence. So, some of the usual responses to these economic pressures are retailers will come back with more aggressive pricing strategies. They'll do even more advertising with deeper discounts. They may decide to actually invest in their shop and expand their retail space. Or on the other hand, they may decide to shrink their retail space and do more online. In the end, oftentimes they just offer more lucrative offers, what in the marketing world we even call lost leaders, just to get more bodies through the door. And this is a real threat to any business's survival. But here are some of the, I'd say, strengths, some of the unique strengths that a small business has. A small business can offer their customers better support, more competent support. They offer generally friendlier service. They know who their regulars are. Their store is local. They belong to the local community. They know the other shops in the community, and they have more personal contact with their customers and those in the community. And that really sort of ladders up to more economic success in the long run. Here's some, I think, very important statistics to keep in mind. Whenever you have a satisfied customer, generally speaking, that customer will share it with 2 or 3 other people. People are actually 10 times more likely to trust word of mouth advertising from a friend, from a coworker, than any other form of advertising. And I think one of the most important statistics to bear in mind is it costs up to 7 times more to gain a new customer than it is to retain and incentivize an existing customer. And that's what loyalty programs do, is they focus on the existing customer because they're the ones who are really the bread and butter of any business. So here's what Cashback World offers customers. And this is what customers want. They want to save time, they want to save money. They want to feel rewarded for what they've just purchased in the form of rewards, free items, discounts, in our case, cashback. They want to feel good about the purchase that they just made. And most importantly, they want to be able to do everything on their phone. They want to be interfacing with their favorite retailers digitally. as well as socially. And so we offer all of that. Everything that we have is easily accessible through a simple app, either on a phone or a tablet. So we pretty much have your bases covered. We look to incentivize your loyal customers and make them even more loyal. Thank them for coming to your place of business. We offer you an opportunity to acquire new customers, and we have thousands of them who are looking for merchants to shop with so that they can get their benefits. We also, like any merchant would, want to keep their cost under control, and we help them do that through a much more efficient, cost-effective means of advertising, and offer our merchants a competitive advantage over any other loyalty program out there. Now, many of you may have heard of Groupon, many of you have heard of Yelp. Those are wonderful platforms, and they do a great job of driving awareness, but they're not loyalty programs. Here's what we do that's different. We offer the opportunity for real sales volume, for increasing sales through customer loyalty, not just a deep discount that Groupon offers. And Groupon in this case takes or forces the retailer to take a 50% reduction right off the top, and then another 25% of whatever that transaction yields. No, that's not what we're looking to do. We want to see repeat business, not just one time. We want to see our merchants acquire new customers, because you need a balance between new and repeat. Offer our merchants real marketing power and this ability of acquiring additional income when your customers that you register go and shop at another merchant within our merchant community. So very, very powerful and very unique. Here's some really cool statistics. For those customers that have a cashback card, what we've learned is on average, they shop more frequently when they have a card. They spend more money. In fact, the overall size of the transaction tends to be larger. And so they're more active, spend more money. It's all good news to our merchants, to the retailer. That's what we want. We want to establish a long-term relationship with our merchants, and our merchants want to establish long-term relationships with their customers. And so they do this by offering their customers a card that is designed with their logo, not ours. It's their loyalty card. They can offer whatever discounts or special offers that they want. It is not dictated by us. They have access to a database of all of their customers once they've registered them to find out who they are, how often they come, how much they spend. Planning these offers is very simple and easy to use through our customer relationship management or CRM program. And it's probably the most cost efficient of any that are out there. The merchant has the opportunity to develop their own pool of customers, which they can then talk to directly. They can mine their customers. If they see that they have a customer with a birthday coming up, they can offer them a special offer. Information that they never had before. Very, very powerful. So they can talk specifically to a targeted group. Let's say their slow night is a Monday night. They can reach out to their customers and invite them and incentivize them to come in on a Monday night when sales would generally be slower. And they can develop and create their own shopping point deals. So they can create these specific offers. And I think this really sets this program apart from any other. They can develop a stream of income. Our merchants can develop a stream of income through the purchases of their customers when their customers shop somewhere else within the merchant community. How amazing is that? And what ends up happening is we create a community of merchants where customers are shared as opposed to fought over. Now merchants, I should say, can share their customers between one another, because regardless if they go to the restaurant or to the dry cleaner, they can share this customer, and all of the merchants win. So to take you through maybe some of the more exciting aspects of our customer loyalty program, because yes, there are more, I'll turn it back over to Stephen, and he can share with you some of the other huge programs and partnerships that we are running worldwide.
Thanks, Clara. And I also want to allow everybody that is on this webinar to go ahead and join us on Facebook. And don't take our word for it. You can actually go to the Cashback Solutions Facebook page, like the page, read all the reviews and comments, take a look at that. And we have a lot of different merchants and stuff that are featured on that Facebook page. And that way you can get a better idea for how really, I think, awesome this entire program is for the small business community. But let's take a look at this slide really quick. More sales power through exclusive sports partners. Now, you're probably looking at this slide and say, what does this have to do with my small business? Now, what we're actually doing on a global level, and in order to get even more customers for your small business and make our loyalty merchant network even more well-known, is we're establishing exclusive partnerships with large sports organizations, larger organizations, bigger companies. And there's a couple of examples of a hockey team in Slovenia, a soccer team in Austria, some other fan appreciation cards is what I like to call them for these larger organizations. MotoGP, which is one of the largest, or actually is the largest street bike racing circuit in the entire world that spans across 19 different countries. These are all fan appreciation cards or loyalty cards to those organizations. Now, all these organizations are going to distribute these cards amongst their fans. What does that mean for you as a small business owner? That simply means that all these fans are going to look for places to utilize this card. If anybody knows anything about fans, they're raving fans. They want to help their sports teams, right? Imagine hundreds or thousands of customers, potential customers, downloading a mobile app and looking for a small business to utilize this new fan appreciation card. That's how powerful this is. And this is how the entire company of Cashback Solutions and Cashback World is helping the small business owners. So let's talk a little bit about the company. It was founded in Austria in 2003. Currently, there's over 1,000 employees. We're in 47 different countries, over 85,000 loyalty merchants worldwide, with over 300,000 points of acceptance and more than 8.5 million customers who actually have a Cashback World card, either downloaded on their smartphone device or the actual card in their wallet. And it's constantly increasing. As you can see right here on the left-hand side, a new loyalty merchant is actually registering with us every 10 minutes globally. And then a new customer signs up every 37 seconds. The reason why we're seeing these kinds of numbers is simply because the merchants are getting excited about having a loyalty program, but then of course they're passing off that loyalty card to their customers. So we're signing up a new customer every 37 seconds. So we're at a stage of exponential growth. So now, how long does it take for you to get your loyalty program in your hands, right? As a small business owner, it takes approximately about 3 weeks. And this is all depending on how fast you get us the images and everything gets digitized and put on the card and proofreaded and all that stuff. But it takes approximately 3 weeks. And how easy is the process? This is one of the key factors when you're looking at it from the business perspective's point, or the business owner's perspective, is how easy is this? Is this going to create an entire another job that I have to do in my small business? And not really, because what we've done is we've made it so simple. The customer comes in and they shop and they show you their loyalty card, right? They pay as they normally would. And then you scan the customer's cashback card at that point of sale. That data is then sent to Cashback World and processed. Now, once that data is processed, you receive an invoice as a small business owner based on which cashback of the agreement that you decided. as the small business owner. The invoice gets paid, and then all parties receive their benefits. Super, super easy. Now, just to give you a testimony of one of our small businesses that has had the program and how she's enjoyed it, I'm going to play a video from Sarah over at Kogani Restaurant in Canada, and you can hear from her. That way you don't have to just take our word for it.
Hello everyone, I'm here with Sarah, the owner of Kogani Restaurant. So Sarah, what is your experience with the Cashback Solution Professional?
I love the Cashback Solution program so much. I'm happy, my customers are happy, and I have a tool to handle my customer database. I have a tool to send out newsletter to communicate with my customer. I have a tool to create shopping point deal to attract more customers, to create more repeat sales, so I don't have to do advertising anymore.
Good. So can you tell us some tips of your success?
The tips for success is be a merchant marketer yourself. Onboard more merchants in your neighborhood. Sign up your customer. Share your customer with other merchants. Create a B2B opportunity.
Great.
That's the most important.
Great. Can you please show us the results that you had with the Cashback Solution program?
Sure. As you can see, here's some of the statistics for the last 90 days. We have a sales of $38,000, 436 transactions, 68 new customers. And my average age group is 51 to 60. The most transaction day is Friday. They come the most and they spend the most on Saturday. And I got customer from this area, but also from 50-kilometer radius, far away from here. So that's how I love the program. I can attract customer. And if I need to create shopping point deal, I will create shopping point deal on Sunday, because this one I experienced the slower business day. And that now that's how I love the Cashback Solution, because I do my next step based on fact, based on number. I don't guess what to do anymore. Don't guess.
So that was Sarah from Kogani Restaurant. And so now let's talk about what program she had and how much this is going to cost you as a small business owner, because I know that's always a factor. Sarah actually has Cashback Program Professional, and that's a one-time setup fee of $1,299 here in the US, with a monthly marketing and service fee of $89.90. Now, I know every small business that I talk to, a lot of them spend that kind of money on advertising on a quarterly basis, and we're just talking about a one-time setup fee of $1,299. Now, what are you going to get with that, though? And that's what's most important, is because if we provide value, then it really doesn't matter how much it costs. So what are we going to talk about? We're talking about increasing your sales. We're talking about you gaining more popularity amongst the merchant network and the community in general. You're going to be able to do B2B sales with other small business owners. You're going to have your own customer loyalty program with a new customer loyalty card in your design. So from a branding perspective, that's a really big deal. You have the ability to create shopping point deals within this network. You're going to have the ability to look at basic statistical analysis. And what this simply means is you're going to be able to see, what are your sales in the past 90 days? Who is your top customer? Right? All those kind of great tools as a small business owner that you've really never had before. You create a customer database like we talked about previously. You have the ability to do professional statistical analysis. And this is like, what days of the week are you the busiest? How does your business compare to other businesses in your sector? Are you pricing things at the right price based on how many sales you're doing compared to other people in your community or other businesses in your sector? You have the ability to generate newsletters. So remember, you're creating that customer database. Let's say, for instance, I'll just give you a really quick example. You have one location, and then you're deciding to open a brand new location. How do you get that news out to all your customers that have frequented your location without the ability to, one, create the database, and two, generate a newsletter? That's the kind of stuff that you can do with the newsletters. It's extremely powerful. Create customer satisfaction surveys as well. You can do all those things with Cashback Program Professional. Now, some small businesses may say, you know what? I'm just not there yet. I don't think I need to do newsletters or customer satisfaction surveys yet. but maybe in the future I can. So you can upgrade any of these programs at any time. But let's talk about Cashback Program Basic. It's a one-time setup fee of $8.99, and you're essentially going to get to increase your sales, of course. You're going to gain more popularity. You're going to be able to do the B2B sales within the community and other merchants in the network. You're going to create customer loyalty because Cashback Program Basic also includes the loyalty program portion of Cashback Solutions. You're going to be able to generate the shopping point deals and do the basic statistical analysis and all that good stuff. Now, let's take a step back and let's look at Cashback Program Lite. Cashback Program Lite, in my opinion, is good for maybe the person that is a photographer, if that's kind of your line of work, and you don't necessarily need a customer loyalty program because you don't have a brick and mortar location and you don't see hundreds of customers on a weekly basis, but you still want to increase your sales and be a part of the merchant network and gain more popularity and maybe do some B2B sales with other small businesses. You can have Cashback Program Lite, which will be featured on our mobile app. It'll be featured on our website. So our customers that are signing up through all the other merchants in the network will at least be able to find you and utilize your product and services. That's a one-time setup fee of $4.99. So those are simply the numbers there in terms of what this is going to cost you as a small business owner. If you have any other questions or you want some more information, you can definitely visit our website. That's right there on the right-hand side, www.cashback-solutions.com. We would love to see you have your own loyalty program, become a bigger part of the merchant community that we're currently building. Get with the person that invited you to this webinar, ask them the questions, ask them how to get started, and we look forward to having you be a part of our merchant community and a part of Cashback Solutions. I'm going to leave you with kind of an overview video. Hope everyone has a wonderful. We will see you guys on the next webinar or on the mobile app, and we look forward to visiting your location. Have a great night, everyone. Bye-bye for now.